Greetings, my empire. Dre's here back with another video, and today I'm coming at y'all with another build video, man. Today I'm coming at y'all with a stamina Dragonknight build. You feel me? Listen, listen, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Ever since Waking Flames came out, actually even a little bit before Waking Flames, you feel me? Like late Blackwood, bro. I've really just been into DK for some reason. You feel me? I've been really into DK. I don't know why. You feel me? Like I just don't know why. You feel me? I just been into DK. You feel me? So I'm coming at y'all with another build, man. Another build, and I'm gonna call this build the Invincible DK because this DK, man, bro, this DK got it all, bro. It got damage, it got sustain, it got everything. You feel me? Listen, I've been testing it out, bro. I've been in a lot of PvP lately, bro. I've been in a lot of the Cyrodiil lately. I don't usually be in Cyrodiil that much, bro, but lately I've been in Cyrodiil a lot. I've been in Imperial City. I've been dueling, bro. And this build, I really love this build, man. This build just has it all. You feel me? It feels powerful. It makes me feel like the old days, the old, tanky days. You feel me? The old, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the old days before all the nerfs to tankiness and stuff. It makes me feel like those days, bro. Until I run into somebody running Dark Convergence and a Rothar's Chill, then I get one shotted, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into the build, man, I want to ask y'all to hit the like button, subscribe, join the empire. You already know, helps me out, helps the channel out, helps the channel grow. Now without further ado, let's get into the build, man. Let's get into the build. You already know what we start with. Let's start with the character sheet. I don't even know why I said it like that. Let's start with the character sheet. So, max magicka. We have 15k maximum magicka. Really good. On DK, you want a decent magical pool, especially the DK setup I'm sort of running because we use a little bit more magicka than other DK setups. So, yeah, max magicka, 15k. That's, you see me? That's the goal. I wanted to reach 50k max magicka, and I reached it. 500 magicka recovery, 30k maximum health. That's the quota I wanted to reach as well on this build. At least 30k health, man. It's not like back in the old days where 25k was a good amount of health, bro. Nowadays, bro, you need 30k health, bro, to survive those bombs, survive that burst. You need that 30k health. Health recovery 386. You know what? Why am I even talking about health recovery? Health recovery is garbage. Don't even mind me, bro. Don't even mind the health recovery. You feel me? Maximum stamina 29,000 and stamina recovery 1,370. Now, kind of a little bit of a lower stamina pool, but remember we are DK. DK is one of the only classes that could get away with a really lower stamina pool, just for the simple fact of during, like, in combat for DK passives, they get a lot of resources in combat. You feel me? They get a lot of their resources while fighting. So DKs is one of the only classes that could rock a lower stamina pool. You know what I'm saying? Weapon damage, you feel me? We have 3,697 weapon damage. Now I know, don't get too startled, you feel me? I know you're like, dang, that weapon damage is kind of low. Listen, our weapon damage goes way up, you feel me, when we get into the sets. Don't worry about the weapon damage, bro. We got enough damage. Don't worry about it. We have 7k physical penetration. And now let's go into the back bar to show you the resistances. So unbuffed spell resistance, we have 25k. Unbuffed physical resistance, we have 24k. Now buff stats, oh, and our crit resistance is 2,188. But buff stats, we have 31k spell resistance and 30k physical resistance, just below undercap, just below undercap, you know, a couple of thousand below undercap. But don't worry, you feel me, we don't have the overcap resistances, but I'm gonna show you why this build is so tanky. I'm gonna show you in terms of the sets what makes it tanky, you feel me? So that's our resistances. Now damage, weapon damage, buff weapon damage, we sit at 4,812. Now we do have what's it called, the DK passive. that gives us a extra what's it called, right here, gives us minor brutality. So I'm gonna put on obsidian shield just to show you the weapon damage we get with that buff on. So we send at 5,207, you feel me? And don't, bro, that's not even a half of it, bro. Our weapon damage goes way up, you feel me? Once we get into the sets, man. Don't even worry about weapon damage, you feel me? Back to the character sheet. We have 64 into the stamina attribute. Our race is orc. You feel me? Orc is just top 3 race for DK. It kind of goes like this, you feel me? For DK, this is how it kind of goes. If you're running a DK with like medium armor, you're running medium armor on your DK, you feel me? I would suggest going Nord or Imperial, you feel me? Just for the simple fact of Nord gets natural bulkiness, and Imperial, not even Imperial, you feel me? If you're running Imperial, or if you're running the DK with heavy armor, you should be an Imperial or Orc. If you're running it in medium armor, you should be a Nord. That's what I wanted to say. Because with Nord, like I said, you get resistances in your passive, so you don't need as much resistances, you know, from armor and stuff. So you can afford to run medium armor on a Nord DK. But if you're on something like, if you want to run heavy armor on DK, I suggest you be a Orc or an Imperial, because Orcs, they get natural weapon damage and natural speed and natural sprint cost reduction in their passive, and Imperials get natural resource sustaining their passive. I think Imperials get like a 5% cost reduction to all their abilities, so that's why I'm running Orc. You feel me? I'm in heavy armor, so that's why I ran Orc. But like I said, you feel me? For the Mundus stone, we are running the serpent, just to give us some raw stamina recovery that we need. 310. I didn't want my resource pool to be any lower than what it is right now. So yeah, we're running the serpent. We are running lava foot soup Sultress, for the same reason we have the serpent on, just for the raw stamina stats. We have it gives us 4,500 maximum stamina. It gives us 451 stamina recovery, just for the raw stamina stats. Now going to armor. Wait, first let's get into the potions we run. I do run tri restoration potions, because it gives us everything we need: health, magicka, and stamina, and recoveries for all those resources. We need all of that on DK. But you feel me, if you're just looking to sustain, if you're not having issues with, you know, sustain at the moment, you just want something to keep you up, keep you healthy, I suggest you run Essence or Lingering Health. You feel me? Essence of Lingering Health, it basically does is going to give you a 904 heal every seconds for 16 seconds. Then you're also going to get Major Vitality that increases your healing taken by 16% for 15 seconds. So not only are we getting a good heal every second, but we're getting extra more heals. You feel me? We're taking more healing from the Major Vitality. Okay, front bar, we are running Vaestran Maul. Look, you see, what did I tell you? Our weapon damage goes up when we get to the sets. You feel me? So we have the weapon damage enchantment sharpened on the Maul, and what Frenzy Momentum do, what the Vaestran Maul does is, we basically, every time we use a stamina ability in combat while momentum is active, we get a stack of frenzy momentum that basically gives us 38 weapon damage for up to 5 stacks. You feel me? So where's my phone, bro? Where's my phone? Let's ask Siri. Siri, what is 38 times 5? 190. It's gonna give us 190 weapon damage at 5 stacks. You feel me? When we stack it up to 5 times. And basically, when you're at 5 stacks and you do a heavy attack, it does a physical AoE. You know, it does a physical AoE to the enemy and enemies around them. You know what I'm saying? And when I first looked at the Vaestran Maul, I really was like, bro, I mean, the heavy attack is trash. You feel me? That the second part of it, the heavy attack is trash. But when I got to using it, bro, that heavy attack, that physical AoE heavy attack really does a lot of damage. Like, it really does chunk, you feel me? Then there is a certain ability that we're running that makes this heavy attack even better, man. But I'm gonna get into that once we get into the abilities. But front bar, Vaestrin Maul, extra 100, just a free extra 190 weapon damage. Like I said, our weapon damage goes up. On the back bar, we are running the Swift, you feel me? Here where the tankiness comes in. We're running a Swift Maul, and we're running a Swift Shield. Defending on the Maul, reinforced on the shield, and the max stamina enchantment on the shield. We are running poisons on the back bar. You can run anything you want. I'm running poisons simply due to the fact of DK does do extra poison damage. You know, DKs have extra poison damage, so that's why I'm running poisons. But you can run whatever you want on the back bar. Now, get into it. Get into the Swift, you feel me? This is where that tankiness comes in. So what the Swift does is it gives us a line of maximum magicka, a line of armor, another line of armor, and reduces your damage taken from players by 10% with the 5th piece, bro. I've quickly fallen in love with the Swift, you feel me? Just a solid 10% damage reduction from players. This is basically major protections at all times, you feel me? Like, any set that procs major protection is completely doodled on when it comes to this set for PvP, of course, you feel me? There's no point in running a set that get like what is that called? Steadfast Hero, I think that's what it's called. There's no point in running Steadfast Hero anymore when you have this set, because this basically gives you that major protection stat at all times. Really good for sustaining. It helps me. It really helps me sustain in the back bar when I need to go in the back bar and sustain. It's just so good, you feel me? And since we have sets like, you know, Rothgar that basically penalizes you for running extra resistances. This meta is all about, you know, percentage mitigations, you feel me? And Buffer the Swift is one of the best when it comes to that percentage mitigations stat. Now, like I said, I am running 5 heavy. I'm running 5 heavy. I'm running 1 light, and I'm running 1 medium. Basically why I'm running it like that, not only well, the first reason I'm running it like that is because of the Undaunted passive. You know, increases our max health, max stamina, and max magicka by 2% per type of armor we run, medium, heavy, and light, and we're running all of those, so we get a 6% bonus to all of those. But not only am I running like that because of that stat, but you know, what is called Swift. Swift is a light set, and you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't normally just run it on the rings, but I do have a mythic item on my jewelry, so I had to run a light piece. And the light armor is not that bad, actually. The stats that you get from light armor is not that bad. Just taking a look at the light armor stats real quick, I really never noticed this before, you feel me? But light armor gives you some stuff that could actually benefit, you know, stamina characters. So yeah, the bonuses that you can see, you know, reduce magical damage, really good since we run a lot of heavy armor, reduce roll dodge calls, you know, just for wearing it, you feel me? Of course it has its penalties as well, but light armor has some interesting stats. Reduce sprint, reduces effectiveness of snares, more magicka sustain for our abilities. You know, light armor gives you a couple of, it even gives us some physical penetration, you feel me? Which I didn't even know light armor gave physical penetration until I really looked. So bottom line, light armor actually gives you some really interesting stats for stamina tunes that is not bad at all, you feel me? But like I said, we're running 5 heavy, 1 light, and 1 medium. Our second 5 feet set we are running is Plague Doctor. We're running multi-effect enchantment on the head, chest, and legs on the big pieces, and I just have a mix of max health and max stamina enchantment on the little pieces, you feel me? Impenetrable, you want impenetrable on all your gear, get that good crit resistance going. And what Plague Doctor does is Plague Doctor gives us a line of maximum health, another line of maximum health, another line of maximum health, Then the fifth piece gives us a ridiculous amount of health, man. Basically, I ran Plague Doctor because it got me. I basically wanted to get over 30k health, and that's exactly what Plague Doctor did for me. It got me to that 30k health mark, which I wanted to get to, and I just like it. You feel me? I love Plague Doctor. Gives a ridiculous amount of health, and that's basically it. You feel me? For the shoulders, we are running one piece Ball Org. Basically just for the extra weapon and spell damage. Now, you feel me? The weapon damage, of course, we are on a stamina tune, but spell damage, we do benefit from spell damage as well, since we do have magical heals, and we do run a little bit of magical damage as well. So the spell damage is gonna really buff our heals and our damage just a little bit. So you feel me? Spell damage is not a useless stat on this tune. Now for the jewelry, we're running Swift Necklace, Swift Ring, and we're running Malachite Band of Brutality. Now all of these have weapon damage enchantment and Bloodthirsty. You feel me? Bloodthirsty is another thing. That's why I said once we get into sets, our weapon damage goes way up. What Bloodthirsty is gonna do is it gives us increased weapon and spell damage against enemies under 90% health to up to 280. You feel me? So just so much more damage when like say we leap on somebody for get them to half health. It's so easy to execute them, man, especially with Bloodthirsty, since we get so much damage towards that target once their health gets lower. You feel me? Like it's absolutely ridiculous. It's too easy to execute people, you feel me, with Bloodthirsty on all your jewelry. Now, yeah, we are running Malachite's Band of Brutality. As you know, if you've been on the channel for a while, you know I hate Malachite's Band of Brutality. I hate mythic items in general. But like I say in all the videos that I bash this ring, if you're on a stamina DK, you're doing yourself a disservice by not running this, because it's just so good on DK. It fits on DK so perfectly. Like, you're doing yourself a disservice. Just run Malachite's Band of Brutality. Even though I don't like it, it's a given. You feel me? What it does is it increases our damage done by 16%, but decreases your critical damage done by 50%. This is basically a 16% damage done increase with no debuff at all. Because look, I want you to take a look at my character sheet. Look at my weapon critical, 11%. I'm not critting on this build. I'm barely critting. You feel me? Out of 10 attacks, I'll probably crit off of 1, and that's probably, you feel me, I'll probably crit off of 1. I'm barely critting as it is. So the debuff that Malachite Band of Brutality is giving me off on this build is basically nothing, because I'm not critting anyway. So it's basically, just to read it off, it's just basically a 16% damage increase. That's basically what it is, basically. So Malachite Band of Brutality just gives us so much more damage. It's absolutely ridiculous. You feel me? We're like, it's kind of broken. It's really broken. We're running 2 tank sets. We're running Plague Doctor and a Swift, and we're still able to do a really good amount of damage just because I just plopped the ring of Malachite's Brand of Brutality. It's actually kind of ridiculous, but there we go. That's what we're running on the jewelry. Now to get into our abilities. Now our abilities, front bar abilities. First ability we're going to get into is Executioner. You already know Executioner does physical damage and does up to 400 more physical damage to enemies with less than 50% health. Combine this with the Bloodthirsty traits we have on jewelry. It's like I said, it's too easy to execute people. It's so easy. You feel me? It's like butter. It's like we're slicing into butter when we're executing people. It's absolutely ridiculous. Rally, our source of major brutality, our source of minor endurance, and it's gonna get it's a burst heal. When the effects ends, you feel me? Every 1 second, the heal is increased by 50% every 1 second, and when the effects end, you're gonna get a 300% increased heal off of Rally. So really good burst heal. Good source of major brutality. Getting more weapon damage is gonna help our stamina sustain as well. Just so good. You feel me? You need this. Wrecking Blow. Now I'm running Wrecking Blow. You feel me? Now I know what y'all thinking. Y'all kind of looking at me with the side eye, like what Wrecking Blow? What you think this is? Freaking one of them past updates. Stone Thorn. You think this is Stone Thorn? Listen. I'm running Wrecking Blow. Simply for the fact of I like it. You feel me? I really like Wrecking Blow, especially on DK and especially for my play style. Wrecking Blow is really good, bro. Not only does it do a really good amount of physical damage, you feel me, but it gives us Empower for 3 seconds that increases our your light and heavy attacks by 40%. You feel me? How I like to play and how I like to use a spammable like uppercut or Wrecking Blow is I like to heavy attack, Wrecking Blow, heavy attack, Wrecking Blow, or sometimes I heavy attack, Wrecking Blow, light attack, Wrecking Blow. I like to throw in a light or heavy attack in between my Wrecking Blows. You feel me? So just playing like that, I play like that in general. You feel me? Even if I was running Dizzy and Swing. So I really like Wrecking Blow because it is basically rewarding me for throwing in a light or heavy attack in between Wrecking Blows. You feel me? And pairing the Empower with the Vaystran Maul, the heavy attack physical damage AoE, pairing that with the Empower, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I've executed people with the Vaystran Maul heavy attack when it's empowered. I've actually executed people. That's how ridiculous the damage is, bro. It's absolutely insane. I just love Wrecking Blow, you feel me? Wrecking Blow, really good ability, really solid ability, you feel me? Venomous Claw, this is going to be our poison tech. It does poison damage on the initial, and it does an extra poison damage over 14 seconds. It deals 20% more poison damage every 2 seconds. And yeah, enemies affected by the hit are affected with the poison status effect. Really good dot, one of the best dots in the game, just for overall damage. Pairing it up with Noxious Breath. Noxious Breath is another poison dot, and it does poison damage. Then it does an extra poison damage for 14 seconds. And this is gonna be our source of major breach and major breach, reducing the person's physical spell resistance by 6,000. So it's going to debuff them and do a really good poison and dot. You feel me? Pairing these two together is absolutely ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely insane because I've been on the defensive. Like, there's been points where when I fight Sorks, right, and I put these dots on them, and the Sork is doing the damage to me, and then I have to go in the back bar and survive. As I'm, buffing up, you feel me, healing from the damage, you feel me, these dots do so much damage that it forces the Sork to go off of offense and back on defense just because they can't survive these two dots. It's absolutely insane. I love these two dots, man. They just go hand in hand, you feel me? Then if you pair that with the poisons that I run on back bar, those 3 dots together, bro, they shreds. That's all I can say is shred. Take Flight, I don't like Take Flight, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't like Take Flight. That's the simple fact of it's been a little like glitchy. Actually, recently it hasn't been as glitchy as it was before. You feel me? I don't think I had any problems with using Take Flight for a long time. You feel me? But I distinctly remember towards late Blackwood that Take Flight was just not working. It wasn't working. I couldn't use it. You feel me? It wasn't working. You feel me? In PvP zones like Imperial City and Citadel, it would just be black, and I couldn't use it, even though I had the ultimate for it. It was really annoying, really frustrating that I couldn't use the ult. But when it does work, it's really good. Not only does it do an amazing amount of physical an amazing amount of physical damage, but it is a really good area AoE. It's a really good area CC when you're fighting multiple enemies, you feel me? And it's cheap. 110 ultimate, I get that back like butter, like cake, you feel me? So really good. Take Flight, really good when it works. When it doesn't work, it's poop. If Take Flight is not working for you, you can run, of course you could run, where is it at? You could run Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker is not as good as Take Flight, but For DK, it's not as good for than take flight, but it still works. It still does the job. You know what I'm saying? Okay, back bar reorienting, resolving vigor. This is going to be our heal over time over 4 seconds. A really good heal over time over 4 seconds. We are running heroic slash on the back bar. Now, I only suggest you run heroic slash if you're dueling in a 1v1 situation, just for the simple fact of when you're 1v1ing, you know what I'm saying, you put that minor maim on that person. Their damage that they do to you is reduced by 5%, and you're also gonna get that minor heroism that's gonna grant you one ultimate every 1.5 seconds. So in a dueling setting, this is really good to, you know, just for sustain and ultimate regeneration. But if you're in open world PvP, I suggest you run a race against time. Race against time, really good. Our source of major expedition, minor force, but we don't care about minor force. And activating this ability removes all snares and immobilizations from you and grants immunity to them for 2 seconds. You feel me? I really like this because it makes me not have to run the other morph of rally forward momentum, because this basically does what forward momentum does. It basically cleanses you know, snares and immobilizations from you. You feel me? So yeah, race against time, really good. Yeah, for open world is really good. But if you're not in open world, if you're dueling, I suggest you run heroic slash. Next we have fossilize. Now fossilize were really good. I really like fossilize. Fossilize, I really love fossilize because not only is it a stun, but it's a root and it cannot be blocked. You feel me? A lot of people like to block just out of nowhere. You feel me? That's why I kind of, you know, stopped liking uppercut on DK, because, you know, I wasn't getting the stun off a lot of the times where I wanted to get the stun off. You feel me? Because people would, if you're playing against a good player, actually good player, they will predict the stun. They know they're in crisis. They know, yeah, I'm about to drop, and if I drop, if he puts me on my back, he's gonna execute me and kill me. But good players know when to block. Good players know when to block the uppercut stun. This, they can't block that. They can't block that. And not only can it not block that, but it gives me time to apply everything I need to apply to them without them moving, because not only does it stun, it roots. You feel me? And if they want to get out the root, they have to roll dodge, which costs more stamina for them, and basically overall less resource sustain for them, basically. But when I hit them with fossilize, hit them with the venomous claw, hit them with the noxious breath, then wreck and blow, light attack, wreck and blow, light attack, bam, just overall more damage. It does do magic damage as well. You feel me? It does a little bit of magic damage. That's what I was talking about. You know, spell damage doesn't hurt on this build because we do run you know, stuff that, you know, does magic damage. So really good. Really like fossilize, and it helps me proc the this passive, the minor brutality passive. It helps me proc it in the right way. Before, I used to run obsidian shield, which it's kind of whack to run this to proc this, because most of the time you're procking this on an offense, I mean on the defense, when you're trying to heal up, and when you're on the defense, you feel me, you're not really gonna attack. So it kind of, the mountain's blessing kind of goes to waste. On this, when you're procking this, you're gonna be on the attack. You just stun the person, you're gonna attack them, so that mountain blessing is gonna really help you. You feel me? When you're on the attack. You feel me? So yeah. Now we have cauterize. This is going to be our heal over time. Gives us a really good heal every 5 seconds. Is dirt cheap, and yeah, that's basically why I'll be running. You feel me? We don't really care about the major prophecy. We don't really care about that. I guess that gives us some better heals with cauterize some of the time, but we really run it just for the cheap hot. We have hardened armor. Hardened armor is going to be our source of major resolve. Increases our physical and spell resistance by 6,000 for 20 seconds. It gives us a really decent damage shield. You feel me? Why I ran this morph other than the other morph? You can run any morph you want from this. I just like this more because I like the damage shield. Just that a little extra more, you know, tankiness when you use this. I really like to pair the damage shield with the Sigil Order damage shield as well. You pair this, and you get a pretty fat shield when you pair both of those together. You get a pretty fat shield, so I like to pair those together, get a really good shield, and yeah, that's why I like hardened armor. When people damage you as well, they do get inflicted with a little bit of magic damage when they hit you. This basically helps with just overall damage, you feel me, in a fight. It's not gonna do too much since we're on a stamina tune, but for overall damage, this is gonna do a lot for us. Basically, we're benefiting from this. You know what I'm saying? And last, the ult, we're running Temporal Guard now. We're not really running Temporal Guard for the ult itself, even though the ult could be really good for kiting and stuff like that. We're running it for the minor protections. That's basically it. We get minor, while sliding, you get minor protections on the back bar. So just even more, you know, protections on the back bar than what we already have. Alright, that's abilities. Now let's get into the champion tree. Now I'm not gonna you know, in my past builds I go over every little thing in the champion tree. I'm just gonna go over the main stats because you feel me, it's just kind of pointless. I feel like it just kind of wastes time to just go over everything. If you got the extra stat CP, put it into these little stuff, man. It doesn't matter, you feel me, because everybody is a different level of CP at the end of the day. So going over the 4 stuff I have Relentless. I really like Relentless because I basically I basically call this CP tree Bomber's Bane, simply due to the fact of it gives us major protections for 3 seconds after we've been stunned or feared. You feel me? Bombers, they stun you before they bomb you, so it gives us more protections so we wouldn't get bombed. And not even bomb me, but just in general, when we're getting stunned with like an uppercut stun, or somebody uses a javelin or stuff like that, you know, giving us that extra protection so we won't get burst down while we're stunned is really good. So that's why I run Relentless. Pain's Refuge, I like Pain's Refuge. It says reduces your damage taken by 1% per negative effect on active on you for up to a maximum of 20%. I really like this because it's basically just overall mitigations. Every time somebody puts a dot on you or a negative effect on you, you get 1% mitigations. Just overall natural mitigations, I really like it. Sustained by Suffering. Now, I didn't like this at first, bro, but I really grew on it. It really grew on me, you feel me? Basically when you're under a negative effect, we're gonna get 150 health, magic and stamina recovery. Now the health recovery is but the magic and stamina recovery is really good. We need both of those. I really found out this you know, this helps us sustain our magicka, you know, when we really need it, because like I said, we do run a couple of magicka abilities on this tune, and this really helps us sustain our magicka really well. And stamina, we're a stamina character, we use stamina all the time. Fortified is going to give us those just extra resistances, extra tankiness in general. You feel me? That's basically it. I just wanted extra resistances, extra tankiness. If you want to, you could swap Fortified. This is the one you could swap it with something like, I don't know, On Guard if you wanted to, or you could swap it with Juggernaut if you wanted to as well. I don't know. It's either these two actually, either Fortified or Juggernaut. I went Fortified because Fortified is just overall mitigations, even because Juggernaut only procs when you're under crown control immunity. This is forever, so I don't know. But if you want to run Juggernaut, you can go ahead. Now for the blue tree, we're running Master of Arms. Master of Arms is going to increase our directed damage attacks by 10% if we have 50 into it. Oh, my fault. Basically, this is going to increase our uppercut. This is going to increase our executioner. This is going to increase our venomous claw. Just all the direct damage attacks is going to increase by this, and that's going to be really good for our damage overall. Same thing with deadly aim. Deadly aim is going to increase our single target attacks by 2%, I mean by 10% when we have 50 into it. So deadly aim and master arms go hand in hand. Just going to increase our heavy attacks. I mean, are not it's going to increase our heavy attacks too, but it's going to increase our uppercut or our wrecking blow spam. These two is going to increase it by a lot. We're just going to be shredding people with wrecking blow. Wrathful Strikes basically gives us 165 weapon and spell damage to our abilities. Pretty simple. More damage, we like it. Untamed Aggression, really love this. Just gives us flat out 150 weapon and spell damage. Really good, you feel me? We can't complain with that. And the green tree, I'm not gonna go over the green tree. Just look, You feel me? You feel, if you want to put what I have, you can put what I have. It's that simple. And that's pretty much it, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the build, man. I've really been enjoying this build, bro. Especially in open world, bro. I really like, you know, I like to, you know, I like the Swift set. I really love the Swift set, man. Just for the percentage mitigations, you feel me? I'm kind of leaning towards percentage mitigations now, ever since the, you know, Rothgar's chill, and, you know, kind of penalizing you for, you know, over resisting stuff like that. So I'm running more of a percentage mitigations type build that still does a lot of damage, man. So much damage, it's insane. You feel me? But that's pretty much it, man. If you enjoyed the video, man, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, join the empire, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Drazo Empire out.